Hello students, this is Professor Del Russo and I want to welcome you to Forensic Interviewing of Children Online. This is an orientation. I am going to attempt to familiarize you with some of the terms of art, some of the descriptive phrases that we use to describe assignments and your course materials throughout this semester and pretty much throughout the program. So now is the time to pause this video, and this is important. Pause this video and go get a pencil and a notepad. You need to take some notes. Okay, welcome back, and hopefully you went and got your pencils and paper. I want to now focus you on the four most important hyperlinks on the course Blackboard page. We're going to head over here to the left side, and I'm going to click first on course due dates. Once you click on that, you'll see a page that describes everything in this course and when it's due. This is something that's printable. I would print this page and post it on your refrigerator. It's probably the only low-tech recommendation I'll make all year. Okay? This entire page ought to be printed and posted on your refrigerator or easily accessible, because this is a reminder of what's expected of you and when it's expected. And every upcoming assignment throughout the year is listed here. Okay? So what is this made up of? Well, if we go back to the left-hand side, you'll see that the things that are due on the course due dates include something called learning modules, next, learning projects, and lastly, discussion forums. Now, the learning modules are folders, if you will. There are 8 folders throughout this course, and within those folders are all of the materials you need during a certain time period. Let's take a look. There are the 8 learning modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And as I suggested, they are folders. And in those folders, you will find all the things you need to do during a time period. For example, Learning Module 1, you can begin as early as September 7th, and you need to complete it no later than September 19th. By the way, due dates, for example, September 19th. In this online course, whenever something is due, it has to be completed by 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Okay? Now, every one of these is self-contained, as I said a moment ago. I'm going to click on Learning Module 1, and you will see that all the things you need for the time period from 9/7 to 9/19 is in there. You have your objectives. You have your required reading. The required readings here include 2 chapters from your textbook, which will not be online, obviously, and a couple of PDF articles you must read, How Interviews Go Astray and Social and Scientific Influences on Suggestibility. I'm going to click on one of the hyperlinks and show you what these articles look like. They are simple PDF files. You need to make sure that your PDF reader is up to date, and I suspect that it is. Let's take a look. I clicked on the link, and there's the article, Social and Scientific Influences, etc. Let's go back to Blackboard, and I'm still in Learning Module 1. And lastly, there is a reminder that Learning Project 1 is due on October 3rd. So what are these learning projects? Well, we'll look at them in some detail in a moment, but suffice it to say, they are part of the 3 major areas of concern in an online course in our program. The learning modules, the learning projects, and the discussion forums are what you need to be concerned with. Now, the learning modules, of which there are 8 in this course, are like separate little filing cabinets, each one representing a week of stuff you have to do. And that stuff you have to do includes readings in textbooks, maybe review a video or 2, look at a recorded PowerPoint, maybe listen to a podcast or audio cast, do a learning project, and participate in discussion forums. Now, learning projects are types of assignments, and discussion forums are types of assignments. Let's start with the learning project. So in order to understand learning projects, you need to go to your Blackboard page, head over to the left-hand side, and click on the Learning Projects hyperlink. You will find that within there are 4 separate learning projects in this course. I will scroll down a bit, and you can see all 4. Learning Projects 1, 2, 3, and the beginning of Learning Project 4. There is a description of what you need to do for every learning project. And then the actual learning project is contained inside the hyperlink for the learning project. For example, I'm going to go to Learning Project 2. I click on the link next to the folder, and now it explains in detail what I need to do, how to do it, and sometimes there are materials that you need to use in order to complete the learning project. When you understand the instructions completely, you do the learning project, and then you submit it by using this link right here, the Learning Project 2 link. You will know it because you will always see a pencil, a ruler, and a piece of paper that is an assignment link. By clicking on that, you will find the assignment upload page, and you will follow the instructions there to upload your materials. I recommend not only writing your assignment in Word, but also copying it and pasting it in this section here called Submission. By pasting it there, it is more easily reviewed by your professor. So not only should you create it in Word, save it for your records, upload it by attaching the file, which is indicated here, but also copy and paste it in Section 2, Assignment Materials. Now, lastly, we're going to take a look at discussion forums and what they're all about. Again, you need to navigate to the discussion forums by using the hyperlink on the left-hand side of your Blackboard page. By going into the discussion forums, you will see a number of formatted discussion forums for this course. The first discussion forum is right here, and it's called Cyber Cafe. The Cyber Cafe does not have to do with any subject matter in this course or any other course where you may see it, but it's about communicating with your fellow students and also the professor. It's here that you should post any question you have about anything other than a personal matter. If you have a question about some aspect of Chapter 5, or if you don't understand the concept, or if you simply want to tell me about an error on the Blackboard page or a missing item in the syllabus, post it here. First of all, your fellow students may be able to help you out and answer your question and help you along. And more importantly, when I respond to you, you will see it, but also all the other students will see it, so it is much more efficient than email. Now, within the Cyber Cafe, you can subscribe. You can subscribe to any forum, and I'll show you how to do that. I'm clicking on the Cyber Cafe to open that discussion forum. There's no dialogue in there. There are no postings because it's brand new. But you'll see up here the word subscribe. If you click on subscribe, you can set it up so that the Cyber Cafe is pushed to your cell phone or to your email account or to some other place. So when someone posts here, you'll get a notice on your email. It's like social networking where you might get a notification, whether it be Facebook or Google Plus or some other social network. Similarly, within Blackboard, you can get live updates as things happen. Now, you may not want to do that to all the discussion forums, or maybe not do it to any of them, but it is an option. The Cyber Cafe is also a nice place to introduce yourself to your fellow students. Many students in the past have used the Cyber Cafe to tell a little bit about themselves and why they took the course and what they're interested in. It's one way to get the dialogue going and have a greater sense of connection to the other students in an online course. In any event, that's completely up to you. Let's go on to the substantive aspects of the discussion boards. Each discussion board is worth 2 points. As I scroll down, you will see that there is a discussion board for Learning Module 2, Learning Module 3, Learning Module 4. There is also a discussion board for the midterm exam, a discussion board for Learning Module 5 and 7, and lastly, a final examination discussion board. You should note that not every learning module has a discussion board. Let's take a closer look at a discussion board. For example, Learning Module 4's discussion board. Each discussion board has a set of specific instructions that you must faithfully follow. Here are the directions for Learning Module 4's discussion board. And you'll see that there are 2 due dates because you need to post once, either in responding to another student or initiating an idea, and a second time where you must respond to some other student's post. The purpose is to get you involved in a dialogue, not simply express some observation or thought. Although that's okay, ultimately you must at least once, and preferably more, post in response to another student's observation. Now, you'll see this particular discussion board has the due date of October 27th and a second due date of October 31st. And those are your two required postings. These discussion boards are worth 2 points. 2 points for each discussion board, and there are 5 of them, which ultimately account for 10 points of your final grade in this course. Next, we're going to go inside Learning Module 4's discussion board by clicking on the hyperlink. I'll navigate over here, click on the link, and now we're in the forum itself. If you were simply making an observation or initiating your first subject-driven thread, click on Create Thread. Now, if another student had already posted, you would see an option to reply to that student's thread. And that's rather self-explanatory and intuitive. Now there is a more detailed webcast, a video tutorial on how to initiate threads and how to respond to threads in your CHAP resources link, which is on the left-hand page of your Blackboard. Now I want to emphasize 2 things so your experience is a more positive one. 1, make sure you follow the due dates or you will get 0 points in this course. And number 2, when creating a thread, give it a title. Give it a subject that is descriptive and interesting, provocative perhaps, rather than just simply saying Learning Module 2 or My Thoughts or something very bland and generic. You need to be very descriptive in creating your threads. This way we can separate the discussion more easily, because with multiple students filing multiple threads and they all sound the same, like Learning Module 3, LM3, it makes it very difficult not only for the professor to figure out what this thread is about or what's happening or what the discussion involves, but also your fellow students. So when initiating a thread, give it a descriptive title, a highly descriptive title, and be creative. Now, to end this, I'm going to recap exactly what the assignment types are in the Forensic Interviewing of Children course. Let's take a look at the assignment types and grade values in Forensic Interviewing of Children. You have 4 learning projects. Each learning project is worth 10 points. In the aggregate, the learning projects have a value of 40 points for the semester. There are 5 discussion forums. These discussion forums are related to the learning modules. They are worth 2 points each. And in the aggregate, the discussion forums have a value of 10 points for the semester. Please be mindful that not every learning module has a discussion board. Examinations. You have 2 examinations. Each exam is worth 25 points. The midterm and the final exam in the aggregate are worth 50 points. Lastly, you can take a look at the grading system used in this class from A+ down to C-. Anything less than C- is a failure. Good luck.